Hi, how are you doing? Last week we were talking about morning rituals, and this week I want to share my evening ritual because there's a perfect way to start your day, but there's also a really good way to end your day. I am going to talk about like the last 2 hours that I spend in my evenings. And the reason why this episode is interesting for you is because having an evening ritual is something that sets you up for really good sleep. And sleep, as you know, is of course really important because at night you are going to recover mentally and physically. And if you don't sleep early or you don't sleep deeply, those recovery processes are not going as well, and you won't feel rested in the morning. And that will make your day feel not as nice and heavy to bear, and it's kind of a negative cycle. So, I can really recommend having an evening ritual. The number one best tip I have for people who don't sleep good in the evening at night is to have your own sleeping ritual and be consistent with it. Try to do your evening ritual every single evening, also when you go to bed later than planned, also when your day looks different, also when you're traveling, because it really helps with stress management and with better sleep. I also find it interesting because having an evening ritual is a way to wrap up your day and not to take the energy to the next day, but just really have like a closure in the evening. So I try not to eat too late in the evening. It's not healthy to eat late in the evening. I know some cultures do this, but for me personally, I like to live how the organ clock goes in a Chinese medicine. So I eat pretty early. Now, that's not really part of the evening ritual, but I know some people snack and eat very late in the evening, and that's not really good because then you're going to, at night, you're going to have to digest all of that food and it's gonna interfere with your sleep. So if it's possible, try to eat as early as possible or at least like a few hours before you go to sleep. The only thing I do in the evening that I consume is some tea before I go to sleep. You could do that 2 hours before you go to sleep. You could do that 5 minutes before you go to sleep. But this is something that is a non-negotiable for me, like also even during hot days and summer, because I feel that for me having an evening tea has really become this one thing that I always do in the evening, and that is a sign for my body to calm down and sleep is coming. So, already preparing my body and my mind for sleep. There's really good herbs, like infusions, that you could drink. I can really recommend chamomile or rooibos. Chamomile is more of a Western European herb, but rooibos, you can find that like in Africa and Asia. It's also really good. Lime from the lime tree, linde as in Dutch, is really good for sleep. What else do we have? Lavender is good. You also have the herb called valerian. This is more like a sleep induced herb, so it's really really gonna make you feel tired and sleep deeply. So if you have sleeping problems, I can really recommend to do this tea ritual and make like a strong tea with lots of herbs to really really help you support getting closing off that mind and being able to get to bed and sleep. Some people tell me that they don't want to drink before they go to sleep because then at night they would have to pee. This is honestly something mental. If your body's actually made to not have to pee the whole night and to sleep through without having to empty your bladder. So yeah, this is maybe a different episode, but I actually trained my body not to pee at night because I really, really don't like getting up in the night because I'm still half asleep and I really just want to stay in bed. And in the past, I did had to get up sometimes multiple times a night, and I just taught myself not to do that and just kept believing that my body is able to not be a whole night. Anyway, that's something else. But I think there's nothing wrong with drinking in the evening. It's not good to dehydrate yourself in the evening because your body actually needs a lot of water at night to recover everything, to repair everything for the rest of your digestion and so on. Also for your skin, really good, because if you are not drinking in the evening, your skin can get really dry at night, and that's bad for getting older skin. So the tea, that's it. No snacks with it. If you go to bed hungry, that's not good either. So if you're somebody who has a really fast metabolism, then it's fine for you to eat later in the evening or to have a little snack that's not heavy before you go to bed. So it's better to snack before to go to bed than to go to bed hungry, because going to bed hungry, really feeling hungry, is gonna higher your cortisol levels and your awareness system of your nervous system, and you will be able to sleep less good than if you're not hungry. Okay, what do I do then? So the tea, honestly, sometimes I drink tea when I read my book in the evening, and sometimes I drink my tea in bed. It's better actually if I have enough time that I start with reading my book outside of my bed, like in the evening or in the garden, in the living room or in the garden. I love reading in the evening because it really calms down my mind. I am somebody who thinks a lot. I have trouble with anxiety and overthinking. And when I read a book that's fictional, I can really, shut off my thoughts and actually focus on something else. And it's really, really relaxing for me. So if you haven't tried reading in the evening, I can really recommend. Reading is much better than watching TV or being on your phone, because it doesn't have any blue light. And blue light in phones and screens, they are the same light that's coming from the sun, and they will actually block you from going to sleep, because you're not getting sleepy, because your body still thinks that it's day and not nighttime. So reading a book is definitely better. If you are reading on an e-reader like I do, use a bedside table lamp and not the blue light of your screen. So you actually have, the paper vision like you would on a book. Reading is really good. Don't read for 3 hours. That's not necessary. Read for 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour if you like it. But also make sure you actually get to bed. So be disciplined about it. Even when your book is very exciting, don't go reading until 1 or 2 in the night. It's not helpful. I want to talk more about this screen time, because I know, especially as Belgian and as Western people, I don't know if this is everywhere around the world, but so many people see television as their way of relaxing in the evening. And honestly, it's not the best, because TV is entertaining. That is definitely true, but it is actually asking a lot of energy from your mind, because you're getting a lot of images, information, sounds, and so on. And you all have to process all of this information very quickly and passively. And that's actually really tiring you down, but you won't feel that you're tired because you're watching a screen and your mind still thinks that it's daylight, so it doesn't want to produce melatonin that you need to be sleepy. So often you will watch a series or a movie for a really long time in the evening, although you have been tired maybe for hours already. And with a book, when you're really tired, you're just gonna fall asleep most of the time. But when you're tired, when you're watching TV, not everybody is gonna fall asleep. Most people will still be awake. And this is even worse for being in your phone in the evening, because your phone, especially when you do scrolling and multitasking, you will have so much input in your brain, and you're just gonna numb your brain in a very tiring way. And I really see that a lot of us, we are tired in the evening, and we're actually too tired to even relax. And that is a big problem, because then we're going to watch screens because it's the only thing we still can do when we are tired. And actually, this is a really bad vicious circle, because you shouldn't be as tired as you are in the evening. You should have a little bit of more of a relaxed day during the day. So even in the evening, you still have time to do actually something that is relaxing for you, like cleaning up your house a little bit, doing some yoga, reading a book, talking with your partner, calling with a friend, stuff like that, that is actually relaxing. So think about it. If you really want to watch screen time, you could watch a nature documentary that's actually relaxing. I love those. My ex-boyfriends, I remember he would just really not like me because I would never want to watch like movies and series with him. I would just want to read my book or watch nature documentaries, and he was really addicted to screen time, so it was really difficult sometimes for us. But I don't want to have the habit of screen time in the evening. It's not healthy, it doesn't serve me, I don't like it, and so on. And honestly, I don't want to fill my brain with nonsense in the evening, which is often so in American series and movies. I recommend of not at least like 1 hour before the sleep to not be on your screen. And please don't take your phone into your bedroom. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Leave your phone in flight mode in the bathroom, in the hallway. Don't put it next to your bed. Don't go to sleep with your phone in your hands, because it will keep you up late. You will not be relaxed. Your mind will have to process all of those information you put in your brain with scrolling in the night, instead of actually processing more important things like emotions, reflections, all of those things. So keep your phone outside of your room. This is one of the best tips I can give you. Just make sure that your bed is an off zone for phones. No phones in the bed and on the bedside table. It would be better if it's not in the bedroom, but that's something else. And yeah. I think it's not healthy to be in your phone the whole day. If it's possible for your life, please make sure that in the morning and in the evening you have at least 1 hour that you don't spend with your phone. We really don't need them as much as we think. And our time is used better in different ways. Even if you do nothing, that is better spent than being on your phone, because we also need offline time and present time. So that was kind of a rage around the around the phone. I am recording this episode in the evening with my phone, but I love this. This is entertainment for me. That is relaxing. So I read my book, I drink my tea, I don't eat, and then when it's time, I go for my skincare routine in the bathroom. And the bathroom is a stop I always make in the evening. Sometimes I shower if I go into the gym or I was sweaty or I just feel like it. Showering is a good way to de-stress, because water helps you clear yourself of energetic tension. And yeah, it's just a really good way to ground in the evening. A bath is also really good. It's also a good evening activity. A bath with magnesium, for example, with some candles and music. Wonderful evening activity. I can really support this one. By the way, if you don't want to read your book or take a bath, what is also really good is an evening walk. Like making a little evening walk before you go to bed is amazing, because it's dark outside, so your mind will really settle into that mindset of, oh, it's night, so I want to go to sleep. So it's very relaxing for your mind, and the automatic steps that you're doing when you're walking is also proven to be very calming for your nervous system, because breathing and walking is one of the most automatic things we do in life. And don't be on your phone when you walk. Maybe you can listen to some music, maybe you can call a friend, that is fine. But just walking, not vigorously, not like sporting, but a calm evening walk, the best. So back to the bathroom. I love my skincare routine, and everybody has some sort of routine. At least you have to brush your teeth and wash your face. And if you wash your face, you also need to put on some cream. So that's at least 3 steps for everyone, and try to do these mindful. Try to really connect with yourself during that moment. Sit down when you brush your teeth. Relax your shoulders when you're brushing your teeth. Look to yourself in the mirror and say to yourself in your mind how amazing you look and what a beautiful day it was. When you wash your face, enjoy it. When you put on your day creams and whatever sorts of products you use, like really make some sort of wellness moment out of it, because it is also really relaxing. I do the same as that in the morning. I also do like facial massage and tapping. I also do the jumping and the lymphatic exercises in the evening. I'm not gonna repeat them because I already talked about those in the last episode. So go back to the morning routine if you haven't listened to that one. By the way, what I really love in the evening is red lights. I'm not talking about those red light masks or, those infrared things. I don't think they're necessary in the evening. But I have in my bathroom and in my bedroom, in my living room, in my kitchen, I have this Himalayan salt lamps, which have a really natural, soft glow light that reminds our mind that it's like time to sleep. Because it's dark and you have the red light, it is a bit like sunset, and it will help your body calm down. So try to put off all the big lights and only put on the smaller lights, or like candle lights in the evening. That is just natural light, so you will actually get sleepy in the evening. Because if you're putting on all of the big lights, you're not gonna get sleepy and you're gonna go to bed too late. So when I'm in the bathroom doing my skincare routine, it's also all in really soft light, and I love that. Honestly, it's so calming. I cannot, like, when I go traveling and I'm in a hotel and you have this really big bright light, I'm like, oh, I'm blinded. After that, I go to sleep and I take some magnesium, because I sometimes have a little bit of cramps in my legs and I'm pretty anxious. So magnesium is helping to sleep better and to settle the mind. Magnesium is the best taken in the evening because it's a mineral. You don't have to take it if you already took a magnesium bath. So I take those with a little bit of water. As I told you, I'm not afraid to drink in the evening. I often even drink like another glass before I go to sleep. Yes, with the tea also. I put my alarm clock. I love using my alarm clock instead of my phone because I won't have any screen time. I always try to sleep and get up at the same time, but honestly, like, my life is not stable enough to always have those same times, because I have my own business. I travel a lot. Like, I like to go out with my friends and in the weekend. So this moment of going to sleep often changes. That's also why I'm not giving you the moment or the exact hour when I'm going to sleep. But when I go to sleep, and for example, I'm in my bed at 10:30, I would calculate, okay, I'm going to read for maybe max half an hour. Then it's going to be 11 o'clock. I want to have at least 8 hours of sleep, because for me personally, that's the amount that I really function on well. So plus 8 hours, that's getting up at 7 o'clock. And I will put my alarm clock at 7 o'clock. Sleep is one of the most important things there is. So if you see that you're only going to sleep 5 or 6 hours and you're somebody who needs more sleep, just try to sleep longer. I know if you have like a fixed job that's maybe not as easy, then just make sure you get to bed early enough to get in that, minimum amount of sleep to feel good and actually feel relaxed and well rested during the day. Where was I? Yeah, I have this new acupressure mat that I'm trying. It's a mat with acupressure points. I have a lot of tension in my back, I think because I'm working on my laptop a lot, and because I'm also studying, and I have a little bit of stress sometimes because I just have a lot to do always. And I get, my back gets really tight, and this acupressure mat is now something that I'm trying to help relax my back. I got a tip from my friend. I can't really say if it's helping or not because I'm just trying it. So this is something I now also do before I go to sleep. I go to my bed, I sleep in 100% natural sheets. Please make sure that your bedding, your duvet, and your cushion is 100% natural. The insides and the wrappings. Do not sleep on a bed or a duvet or a cushion that is made of polyester, because polyester is plastic. And if you sleep on plastic, you're gonna sweat like crazy at night, because in the night your body is like going to this detox, healing, recovery that deep sleep is. And often you will sweat a lot when you do this. So your body, your sheets, everything needs to be cotton or linen or bamboo, something very, very natural. So you're not like isolated. You need to be able to breathe through your skin, ground your energy at night. So maybe this is like one of the most important things, because I have clients who tell me that they have had this migraines or this headaches for ages, and I ask them, like, what kind of pillow are you sleeping on? And then it's this polyester pillow, so they're really, their head doesn't have any way to release tension at night because it's like almost wrapped in plastic. Yeah, I'm a big fan of natural material. So if I haven't read yet downstairs, I'm gonna read in my bed. To be honest, I always read in my bed, even if I've read downstairs. For me, reading is the best way to get to sleep, because after reading like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, like my eyes will close by itself. I just put away my book and I sleep like immediately. So for me, that really helps a lot. That's my evening routine. There's one other thing I want to share. Like, I had a longer evening ritual in the evening, but honestly, my life is really busy and I cannot do everything in one day. But there's something else I want to share with you. What the thing is that I really like is doing a little bit of reflection or meditation in the evening. So it's really good to just think about your day, like what went well, what didn't went well, like did something happen, do I want to write something, just like reflecting a little bit on how your day was. That's really good. You can do it for 5 minutes, for 30 minutes. This is something that it's really healthy to, be mindful in your life, and also to let go of things, because if you already thought about things in your day during your reflection time, you won't have to dream about them anymore in the night because they're already processed. Another thing that I can recommend is the meditation, or yoga is also really good. Yoga is actually some form of meditation. It's not sports. And meditation just really calms down your mind and your body, because, sleeping is good because sleeping is recovery. But when you meditate, you're actually in this state of nothingness. You're just doing absolutely nothing. And that's really healing for the body and the mind. Do not have to, be productive, do things, work out, move your body. You can just be. And that's one of the best things you can do for your nervous system. Very relaxing. When you meditate, it's not like you cannot think anymore. You don't have to be angry when all sorts of thoughts are going through your head. This is normal for lots of us. Just, try to not get too deep in your thoughts, but just stay present with your body and the moment. Should I make an episode about meditation? I love meditation. Now that I'm talking about it, I really want to do my yoga practice or my meditation again in the evening. But honestly, like my evenings can get quite late. Like, I really have to be careful not to go to bed too late. That's one of my things I have to watch out for. And yeah, luckily I have my evening routine, and my evening routine really helps me to prepare my body and mind for sleeping, so I can sleep pretty easily and deeply. And that's beautiful, because lots of my clients, they want to sleep in the evening, but they just can't get to sleep, or they wake up in the night. And if you're one of those, an evening ritual like this would be wonderful for you. You have to be consistent with your evening ritual. If you're gonna drink tea and read your book, and this is your evening ritual, do it every single evening. If you forgot about it one evening, do it again the next one. Consistency is really what helps you with health the best. Think about one thing that you want to integrate in your evening ritual, something you've learned or you find interesting or you want to try, and take that with you after this episode. I would really love it if you would give me a good review here on Spotify or Apple. You can leave a 5-star review. That would be amazing, because then more people are gonna find my podcasts. And I'm currently creating Evergreen, which is a new health program that I'm working out. So if you're interested in that, have a look at my website. There's currently a waiting list for my new program, Evergreen Health. This is going to be a 4 weeks health program in group, where we're going to learn about health psychology in the holistic zones of health, sleep, movement, stress management, and food. So it's going to be super interesting. Have a lovely day. Bye.